Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone today? So good, I hope. We have an artsy week this week, that's for sure. Oops, a little crooked. We have 3 pop-in paint parties. Remember, Friday is the pop-in birthday paint party, so we're going to have a new art printable on that day, and we're also going to have the giveaway. I'm still trying to figure out the random name picker, but I'm working on it. I promise I'll have everyone's names in as many times as they're supposed to be in by Friday. Well, Thursday, actually. I think I'm going to try and draw them Thursday night so that I'm prepared on Friday. And the new item that I was telling you about is on its way. So that's super cool and exciting. And then we have 2 classes this weekend. We have Bible journaling on Saturday, so let me show you that. So that's this Sing traceable that you'll get in the Facebook group. And we're going to do some watercoloring and some splattering and just fabulousness, you know. We'll paint together. What could be finer? And like I said, you know, I always try to draw lots of extra artwork so that, you know, you can pick and choose what feels best for you. I am going to try again to do a 2-page spread in my Bible that I create alongside you. That's always super fun. And then so this is Saturday. You can still sign up on my website for Let's Get Artsy with Our Bibles, February 2021. So the way that Facebook works, I have to create a new private group for each monthly class. And so, but like the art journaling class, the Inspire Your Heart with Art, we made that a 3-month class. So we just have one Facebook group for that. So you guys will have to kind of let me know how you feel about that. Number 1, do you want to do it for 3 more months? Number 2, would you rather do Bible journaling like that? A 3-month chunk. And would you rather do lettering like that, a 3-month chunk? So just kind of be putting that in your noggin. And there's still time to put your name in for the drawing for the giveaway. Remember, for every art printable, you get one entry. So if you buy 5 art printables, you get 5 entries. Do you know what I'm saying? And then for each class, you get 2 entries. So if you do 2 classes, you get 4 entries. Does that make sense to everybody? So remember, Bible journaling is on Saturday from 9 to 11 Arizona time. And then on Sunday, we're going to... Okay, this is as much as I'm going to show you. So we're going to fill all of these boxes with something so fabulous on Sunday. I can hardly wait to share it with you. And then we'll do some other pages too, you know, because I can't help myself. Anyway, so Sunday is Inspire Your Heart with Art, and that is a 3-month art journaling journey. And it's each month we do a couple, 3 pages, 3 techniques, and then you have a whole month to play with that. If you're just finding out about Inspire Your Heart with Art now, you can absolutely join it at any point in time. You will still have access to all 3 months. You'll have access to all 3 months of creative content, videos, printables, community, everything, asking me questions, all of those things. So just know that you can join anytime. Anytime you can join in the fun. Absolutely. So that is that. If you are brand new here, please follow me at Corbiere-Scott Designs on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And then please ask to join my private Facebook group, Let's Get Artsy with Corbiere-Scott. Because and one of the questions there is I ask for your email. And that's the way to get on my distribution list, so you kind of know what's coming down the pike in the artsy world of Corbiere-Scott Designs. Once you're in, you'll be so happy because it's the loveliest community. Everyone is so kind and so encouraging and creative. It's just like our own private art community. It's the greatest. I just love it. I just love it. It brings me such joy. I have some mail call today. I got this beautiful card in the mail yesterday. Thank you, Nance. From Nancy. Look at this. Can you tell she's been taking my lettering class? Come on, Nance. It's so beautiful. And all these little bits come out. So, I'm just loving it. I love that she made this cute little shelf here. It's so beautiful. And I love that there's a tab over here and that there's a butterfly right there. So pretty. Everything. Thank you, Nancy. You touched my heart. It was a lovely surprise. That's for sure. Okay. So, let's talk about a couple of, isn't it beautiful, Keels? Isn't it beautiful? Let's talk about a couple of, local scrapbook stores that I like to, I have many that I like to support, but two especially this week. So this week, last week actually, I ordered the bundle of the new Kitsch Flamingo that we're going to use today from Craft Clubhouse in Connecticut. Tracy is the owner. She's the loveliest. And I will just tell you, so I ordered the bundle and I also ordered mowed lawn because I didn't have that. How's that possible? And then I also ordered, you know how I love me some lime peel Prismacolor? It's my favorite. Anyway, here's a cool thing. Tracy has open stock Prismacolors, so I ordered 6 of them because I love it so much. Because I never want to run out of my beautiful lime peel. Anyway, that was last week's purchase through Papercraft Clubhouse. I will tell you, Papercraft Clubhouse is, they are expedient in their mailing. They have a wide selection of artsy supplies, so they're right up our alley. And then I also wanted to talk about this morning, I just happened to see a notice from Scrapbook Mania, which is in Iowa. She has pre-order abilities for the new, these new distress ink colors. Tim waited until he had 4 colors to make them in minis. And so now there are 4 colors, and so you can put your name in for a pre-order for these 4. And he has some new, a couple things. He has some new brayers, like in 2 sizes, which I want to do a little more research on that because that looks kind of cool. And he also they have created domed foam for their blending tools. So that's cool too. So I will probably be calling them. I will put links to Papercraft Clubhouse and Scrap Mania on this page, on the Corbiere-Scott Design Facebook page. So I needed a little drink. That was a lot of blabbing. Hi. How is everyone today? So good, I hope. So, as I was thinking about what I wanted to work on today, I thought about kicking it back to a printable that I created in the summertime, named after my beautiful sister, Teresa. And I just, you know what, this is so Teresa, I'm telling you. She is, she's just lovely, and people often think that she's a pushover, but she's absolutely not. But she's my 70s sister. I'm telling you, we embraced growing up in the 70s, and I'll just tell you something funny. On Sunday, this is the craziness of the corona. We sat on the phone talking to each other, sending each other crazy stuff, crazy craft pictures from Pinterest from the 70s. And there was some weird stuff, I'm just going to tell you. So I thought, let's just do a little warm-up exercise, so to speak. I have not painted with this kitsch flamingo yet. And so I thought, what a better way to do it than with my pals. So I'm just gonna, I just squished a little bit down here on my craft mat, and I'm just gonna start painting. Isn't it funny? It looks, it doesn't look the same here as it does here. Did I do something wrong? Do I have a dirty brush? I hope not. Nope. I think it's the same. Let's see. So I'm just going to start doing this kind of hypnotic painting of the petals. And I don't know exactly where I want to go with this. So I brought a bunch of different things up. I brought a yellow marker, because I really want yellow to be, it's such a pretty pink, isn't it? I really want yellow centers to my flowers. So I brought up a Tombow, I brought up some colored pencils, some Nouveau drops. I think this is English mustard. I thought that might be cool for some dimension. I don't know. I don't know where I want to go. So I thought, you, my girls, you understand, right? How we just start painting and then we see where we go. So that's kind of where I'm going this morning. I did get a new embossing folder, but it's one of those 3D embossing folders. So I'm gonna see Lucinda today and pick her brain. She's my embossing folder die cut guru. So I'm anxious to see what she says about it, and then I'll show that on Thursday. Let's see, what else do we have to talk about? Well, nothing. Oh my gosh. I'll tell you this funny story. So back in the day, I don't know that it's going to be as funny without the visual, but I don't feel like it's my place to, like, I could tell you a funny story. I won't tell you the person's name, but I'll tell you a funny story about a friend who she and I designed together many years ago for a company called Rusty Pickle. That was kind of during the scrapbooking heyday, during the big boom. Anyway, She adopted 2 little girls, twins, and they're just lovely. But they're very different personalities, and you'll figure out why when I tell you this funny story. So she homeschools them, and they were doing some homework, and I think it was something to do with capitalization or something. And then they had these certain words that they had to use in a sentence. So one daughter said, something about, so they had to capitalize a sentence. And in the sentence, the one daughter said, I like that my mom is nice, right? And the other daughter said, my mom is a fun hater. It made me laugh so hard. A fun hater. Jeff and I called each other fun haters all day. Anyway, mom is a fun hater, and here's the funniest part. She homeschools them, so she's writing it like directly to her mom. I thought that was so funny. And then she said, the other daughter wrote in the first sentence, my mom is a hard worker. And the other daughter, the second daughter, said in her sentence, my mom was lazy yesterday. Oh, God, kids. They say the funniest things. They really do. So I must have had like a little bit of blue on my brush or something, because this is looking a little bit purplish, but that's kind of cool. Kind of digging it. And remember, this is just our first layer of color, right? So my vision in my head for this is pink petals, yellow center, green leaves. And then I don't know about the background. I'm feeling like maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll just leave it, oh my gosh. Okay, so the 70s crafts. Well, some were weird, and like, I was like, yeah, I probably did that. Anyway, but one thing that we were talking about, and we could not remember like the name, but we remember a neighbor made them for us, and it was a styrofoam ball head. So it was a standing doll that like stood on the table or sat on your dresser or whatever. So it was a styrofoam ball head, and the body was some kind of a bottle because it was heavy to like keep it standing. And her dress and her hat were like starched fabric, so it was just stiffened and like kind of molded around. Her hair was these ringlets that were like synthetic hair, and like perfect ringlets, like perfect ringlets. But they only were around the frame of her face because the bonnet covered everything else up. And then her, like I said, her dress, and I think she must have had like an apron, and her bonnet were all out of this stiffened fabric. But the weird thing was the face. So here's the styrofoam ball, right? And this is from the side. They cut like a chunk like that, like a piece of pie out. Sorry. Potty break for Sophie. So this was removed, right? So this was like the cheek. So did anybody have, and then they had like beautiful like toll painted eyes and mouth and all of that stuff. Does anybody remember? So it was kind of like this, and then her dress kind of went like that. And then down here were two small styrofoam balls that looked like feet, right? Like one styrofoam ball cut in half. And then I remember her arms were kind of like this. And she had like I said, she had like an apron sort of thing. And then she had this bonnet, right there. But then she had these curls right here, and then that face that was, I'm not explaining it well, but anyway, if anybody knows what those were called, Teresa and I searched forever and a day. We searched, so here's a funny family story. I'm sure everybody did those sequin in a styrofoam ball with straight pins, and if you were lucky, like a pearly kind of bead on the straight pin, and then that went into the center of the sequin. Anyway, my sister, so I wanted mine to look like a Fabergé egg, and Teresa made the Catman from Kiss. And she still has that ornament. It makes me laugh every time. Oh my God. Every time I see those sequin ornaments, it makes me... Oh my gosh. Yes. Those sequin ornaments. And they're all over Pinterest. Want to take a trip down memory lane? Just search 70s crafts. 70s styrofoam ball crafts. Oh my gosh. We were dying. That's for sure. Remember those yo-yos? Like if you were a sewer at all, where you cut out a circle and then you did a gathering stitch around the edge and you pulled it tight and it made a yo-yo, right? A round yo-yo. And my mom told me that I could make this doll with those yarn yo-yos, but I never got past about 6 yo-yos, so not much of a doll. It was just a stack of yo-yos in the end. Nancy, you made a bunch of those sequin ornaments. Oh my gosh, and you could get like so creative. You could, So that's pretty. I'm kind of digging that. I'm feeling like I really want to enhance the pink. So I was thinking about a couple of different ideas. So I more ideas. Oh my gosh, those sequin ornaments. So I have a couple of things I brought up. Really, Keely. Oh my gosh, I wish you had one too. Because it would be the perfect rocker, wouldn't it? A Quaker oatmeal box. I have my baby quilt. I have the pieces. My mom made, remember Sunbonnet Sue? She made my quilt out of fabric from flour sacks. And it's just, oh my gosh, what a treasure trove. What a treasure trove. Okay, so when I'm done painting, I have that clear shimmer spray from Avery Elle. I really like that because that just will give like the whole thing a shimmer. Or I thought about, I have this Journey glaze, but you could use any dimensional glaze, This one is from Fun Stamper's Journey, so I bought it like 400 years ago. Anyway, I thought I could do the petals or the centers. I don't know. I just tried to give myself a lot of options this morning. So Sherry, we were talking about crafts from the 70s. Got any funny stories to share? I know you were a crafty family. I've seen some of your family pictures. I'm just building this. So these are just a little bit, it's a totally different way to paint, right? Because we're painting a small image. My team prefers when I draw big images. Cornhusk, oh. And you know what the other one was? You know what the other cornhusk dolls, and remember those shrunken apple heads? And you put like a coat hanger through the apple head. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, Sue. Pom-poms were all the go. And our pom-pom maker was two rings of cardboard. It wasn't a fancy pom-pom maker. It was like cereal box. Nobody bought pom-pom makers back then. Yes. Oh, appleheads completely look scary. Because that was also during the time of Deliverance. And that's what they kind of reminded me of. Shrinky Dinks, yep. I still like to play with Shrinky Dinks. They're pretty fun, I have to say. And now, the Shrinky Dink technology is off the charts. They have all kinds of crazy stuff that you can do now. Yes, we talked about... Teresa and I talked about that because, do you remember the last time we talked about this, Keels? Jennifer from Australia talked about that she did that knitting on the knitting on a spool, but they called it something, and I was like, well, ours wasn't called anything that I remember, but no kidding, Teresa and I found it. It was called Knitting Nancy. I think that's what I'm almost positive that's what Jennifer called it. So we had a big giggle about that. And yes, we talked about tissue paper because tissue paper flowers, because we had this big I didn't even know what it was, some kind of a big vase, we had a wooden bucket, because didn't everybody have a wooden bucket in the 70s with dried flowers in it? And then we stuck our tissue paper flowers in there in red, green, and orange. I'm just going to tell you, I was so all about red, green, and orange growing up. Our bedroom was red, green, and orange. My needlepoint project that I did in home ec in 7th and 8th grade was red, green, and orange. Everything was red, green, and orange. So funny. Oh, I think so. It was so, the crazy thing, Laura, is that so many of those crafts have come back now, and this generation thinks that they've just invented macrame or, Oh, talk about the red, green, and orange. My dad would talk to me about selling. I made so many plant holders, macrame plant holders, that he used to go to an auction sale, and he was talking about, maybe I could sell your plant holders at the auction sale. That's crazy. I don't remember if he did or not. I just remember I loved doing macrame. And I told Teresa, seriously, my board that I worked on was a ceiling tile. perfectly. Yes, paper dolls. I love paper dolls. You know what? Do you remember Betsy McCall? I know. I loved doing macrame. I loved it. And I still do it. Like there's a Keeley, that place, remember the place where we get the bracelet kits? Those knots are totally macrame knots. Yes, we painted rocks. Yes, yes, yes. Sherry, we painted rocks too. I think I'll go on to another color and then come back and do some deepening on the, so I'm going to do the green. Okay, so has anyone remembered, has anyone figured out my, my doll, or do you remember this doll that had a styrofoam head? Anyone? Anyone? So, you know when you get a new supply and you kind of need a reason to play with it? I figured you guys were the perfect reason for me to play with my new toys. So I have these dots in the background and I haven't figured out what I want to do. Oh my gosh, ain't that the truth, Nancy? I would love to get together, seriously. Kaylee just needs to tell me far enough in advance so I can clean off her bed downstairs. And she will be down here in a flat. We both talked about, seriously, we will meet, once we get that shot, we will meet in the middle of the country at a Motel 6. We don't care. We just want to make some art, like, in the same room. But this is fun, you know? I really am, I don't think I'm going to let go of this. I really like just being able to, like, do my little morning warm-up exercises with you guys. I think that it's one of the good things, I think, to come out of this crazy pandemic is that people have created these communities that they just come to count on. I sure count on it. Do you, Nancy? I'm so happy for you. I'm way down the line. But I will gladly wait my turn. That's for sure. I know. I'm so happy that my sister and my parents have both gotten, all three of them, I should say, have gotten both of their vaccinations. I'm so happy. That's for sure. This green is pretty bright, but I'm kind of digging it. I don't know. What do you guys think about, what do you think about the dots being either, ready? Either, blue or pink. I don't know yet. Haven't figured it out. Yeah, probably, Nance, probably. I know, but now I'm kind of already committed to this green Keels, so I feel like I'm just gonna let this dry and then, there we go. That's better, don't you think? Just tapping it off a little bit. Yep, I'm liking that. So I just need to have more water, I think. Oh, that's a cool idea. That's a great idea, Keels, for the dots. I'm thinking. But I do like this green lighter, that's for sure. I'm really liking that. Let's see. What else can we talk about? I did change the name for the first whimsical lettering class to Whimsical Lettering with Anne, January 2021, because there was some confusion about that, and so I apologize for that. You know what? I didn't even think about it when I did the name. It wasn't even, I don't know. I didn't even think about it. But now I've changed it, so it should be, there should be more clarification for which class is which. I hope that helps everybody. And I am not sure what the issue is, but I am not able to invite everybody to the Facebook groups. I think part of the issue is you need to follow and like my Anne Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook page, not the private group, just the Facebook page, just the regular one that you're on right now. And that is why sometimes I need to ask people to join the Facebook groups, the private Facebook groups. I don't know. I haven't figured it out. I just keep trying. That Facebook, she's elusive sometimes. But I'm so proud of everybody for your fortitude and to keep trying and keep plugging away at it all. Oh, the date of the class, you mean? I will try. Sometimes once it's in, yes, it is helping with our brain health. I know. Dr. Sanjay Gupta would be so proud of us because he said that learning new things keeps your brain healthy. So I'm like, well, I'm learning new things like it feels every week between Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. There's always like a new way to do things. And that, they have to keep their algorithms current and challenging. But it means I get to make art with you guys. I will do what it takes. That's for sure. The green and pink is so pretty and springy, isn't it? I feel like it's can I give you a hint? Well, let's see. I'll give you hints of what it isn't. It's not a birthday cake or anything like really obviously birthday. But my birthday is in February, so think about that. We already had hearts, right? So, we already had bumblebees, which isn't very February at all. Oh, I will say, get out all your blues and purples for Friday. That should be, if you're an artsy girl, think about that. Get out your blues and purples. I feel like maybe I want this to be... Do you have some ideas in your head, Nance, now? This mowed lawn is quite... It is pretty dark, isn't it? But I really like painting it on, letting it soak a little bit, and then pulling it off and getting that, because then I kind of, sometimes I get those dark edges around the perimeter of the petals or the leaves. Oh, remember the other day I made the, when I made the card with the Grandma Chicky carnation, with the orange carnation, and I told you I had that die that I got from Lucinda's house. Here's a funny thing. Melissa was watching my live that day, and she said, Lucinda, Anne's talking about you. So Lucinda actually did find out what the name of that die is. And it is from Reverse Confetti, and it is center circle. What do you call it when it's cover plate? I think center circle cover plate, or something very similar to that. Center circle cover plate. Oh my gosh, I'm really liking it. Let's see. Let's do some more pink. I really like it, and it's unusual. It's different than other printables that I've done. Sort of. So I do have some violets coming, but it's not violets. I'm going to give you a big hint, Nance. It's not a flower. I have more flowers down the pike that are coming, but this Friday is not flowers. So that's something for you to think about. Hey, Lenora, how are you? That pink is pretty, isn't it? Really liking it. I was just really feeling pink this morning. So on Thursday, I can tell you, on Thursday, we're going to be painting on the Howdy art printable. So if you don't have that one yet, be sure to get that one. We're going to play with some fun techniques with that. I'm just going to deepen right here at the base of the leaves. I really like how loose this is painting. The pink is, and the green on these leaves, I'm really liking the looseness of the color and the brush strokes. That's always fun for me, I think. When it has just a little bit of white showing through from underneath. I feel like that really, oh, I do have another question for you. So, my team and I have been knocking around an idea about, what do you think if I did a sheet of art printables that are smaller in size? Like Tessa and Lauren have been doing they've been both playing around with wax seals. And so I thought, and they were like, can you make art that's like 1-inch circles that they could put underneath the wax seals? And I thought, you know what, that might be cool just for, I don't know, whatever we'd wanted to make. You know, we could put it in our art journals, we could put it in our Bibles, we could put it on cards, we could make a grid of them. So think about that. What do you think? If that's something that you guys would be interested in. We have been toying with that. Well, and I just thought that would be fun to make like a grid of little art, you know? Or different sizes, or, you know. That's what I was thinking, Jan, that it would be fun to just, I don't know. So think about what kind of images you might like. Or something great big to color. Like, I don't know, maybe like a whole 8.5 by 11 sheet to color. Nope, not a hummingbird. Isn't this paint funny? Like, this color is, sometimes it looks almost fluorescent-y, and then sometimes it looks, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. So I'll let that dry. Clean my brush, come back in with my damp brush for the green. We're just going to start working that out a little bit, softening that edge. There we go, we get some nice dimension. Don't you just love that you can get these painty effects? There's still a lot of wet on there, so we'll just pull some of that off. Mowed lawn. Carmen, Kitsch Flamingo and Mowed Lawn. And I'm just going to tell you, there's nothing more fun than getting art supplies in the mail. Nothing. It makes my day. And this one, I was so busy with other things that I wasn't able to pull them out, because I did, like I said, I got them last week. So I was like, oh my gosh, I just want to play with them so bad. And I thought, I know the perfect girls to share it with. And don't you think, like, you start using them one way, and then you start to see other people using them and the ways that they're using them, and then you start to see, like the internet is flooded with kitsch flamingo stuff right now, right? So let's get that green out of there. So there's lots of examples of fun ways to use them, and then, once you start using them, then you're like, I wonder if it would do this. I wonder if it would do that. I just like the many different products that are water soluble that we can use to watercolor with, and that we can mix them. I mean, how cool is that, right? I'm really liking this. So pretty. I really want to get deeper pink in that center, the center of that here. I'm feeling like that might be I really want the daisies to kind of have a little bit of a curved effect. Let's try some water here. Some water on my brush. Pull that into the color. I think the pink will also really pop once we get the yellow centers. I think that will make a big difference. And remember that we can do all kinds of things to add dimension, right? We can always add dimension with with color. That is the best way, I think. But those finishing touches, that's something fun we can do too. So these are still kind of wet for me to show you my big idea I was just thinking of. Later today, I will repost something that Lauren created with the Aunt Judy printable. And I really want you to make sure you look at, she used very simple, it's a beautiful, clean and simple, elegant card. And she used minimal coloring, hey Sarah, minimal supplies, but it is, oh my gosh, is it pretty. So I want you to really look at how she just used a black pen and a white pen to add tremendous dimension. I really, really like it. Thanks, Sarah. Lauren is super creative. I'm telling you, I have the best team in all the land. I really, really do. Because each one of them creates in their own unique way, right? I have Right Brain Art, and she does a lot of really cool artsy backgrounds, and that's what kind of when I was choosing people, I wanted people who created artsy cards. There's a million people who create beautiful cards, but not artsy cards. Cards that use some creative, some artsy skill. So I have Right Brain Art. I have Charmaine Canham, and come on, her stuff speaks for itself. It's beautiful. And she got my Carmen art printable published in Creative Scrapbooker magazine in Canada. It's gorgeous. And I also have Michelle Houghton, who's the Copic Queen. So I just watch her videos with like just bated breath. I can't wait to see what she uses and how she uses those colors, and what technique she uses. Her stuff is unbelievable. I also have Lauren and Tessa. Lauren, who's been with me since the very, very, very beginning. You know what, Jan? I just read your comment. You know what? Then we will cheerful it up. How's that? I understand. Loss is so hard, isn't it? You know, no matter your politics, did anyone watch President Biden's the candlelight vigil last night and the speech that he gave about loss? If anyone has known loss, it is certainly that man. And I will just say, he just touched my heart, because I was just telling somebody else that only someone who has lost understands the depth of sorrow that you feel. So let's try, it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. Oh, Jan. We will absolutely cute it up. We will brighten it up and make it a little tribute to him. How's that? Yes, he did sound like he was talking directly to me. Yes. And, you know, and the stages where you don't feel like you can smile, that is just so real. It was kind of crazy. It was really kind of crazy. I'm going to use my little dryer because I really want to. Jan, what is your favorite color? We could do that on Thursday. Oh, good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Not I'm glad that you're weepy, but you know that it's in a good way. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of what I saw Lauren do. I think I need a smaller pen. Okay, so Sophie. She's so tough. She thinks she can boss around the whole neighborhood. They think differently. That's for sure. Yellow. All right. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to, you know what? I'm wiping up this ink because I'm petrified I'm going to put my hand in it. That's what she was barking at. The UPS guy just drove up. And now Jeff's coming down because this is the fight we have every day. Does the package say Jeffrey or Anne Marie? We'll see. Does it say Jeffrey or Anne Marie?
Happy Valentine's Day.
Okay, I'll tell you a funny story about So, Jeff had ordered some flowers from this really pretty this company that I just love called Farm Girl. And I felt terrible because some of their shipments come from other places, right? They have different flower distributors, and they got lost in all of the weather last week. And so when they arrived, and you know what, they were so cool. They sent out messages that said, we will replace everything, and we're really sorry. So when my flowers arrived, the first set, oh my God, I opened that box and it smelled like rotten cabbage. It stunk so bad. So my new flowers have just arrived. So I will be sure to take pictures and share with you my beautiful Valentine's Day Valentine's Day flowers. Come on, that is funny. Okay, so back to where I was. See what happens when my family interrupts me? I get all sidetracked. Okay, so you can do the stippling that I do when I shade things. So you can come in and just do some strategic, like less is more. I will just tell you for sure. Less is more. So let's just come in. Hey, Melissa. Just come in with a little bit of stippling with a thin black pen. So this is a 0.05. I just want just a little bit of stippling on there. Let's do some here. So these smaller flowers, we're going to do even less, right? Because a little bit's going to go a long way. Just that addition of that stippling is going to make a difference in the dimension. And I think that it works really well with my sketchy style. This kind of little bit of, right? And then she took her white pen. Oh, and I gotta tell you about this. I am Miss Melissa. I'll be there in a little bit. So I found, you know I love Uniball Signo, right? But these are the ones that came from Japan. So they're not always readily available, but I really like them. So it is Uniball Signo 153. So look for the one that's 153. And it is, the ink flows so nicely. So I'm just going to come in and do a couple of dots of white. But like very little. I hope that you can see. I'll hold it up so you can see. So it's almost like controlled splatter. Do you know what I mean? There we go. So there, can you see? Just that little bit has made such a difference on the flowers, right? Just a little tiny bit of black stippling and then a little bit of white stippling. And then let's think about our center. Should we do this kind of a mustardy color? I just love mustard. I just love that color. I love mustard, and I love mustard, the color. So we could use, what is this? Spanish orange. So let's sharpen this so I get a nice, because I'm filling a very small area with color. There we go. What else do I have here? What is this one? Yellow ochre. Well, could try it. So we have a little bit of dimension of color, right? And then let's come in with the Spanish orange. Let's just do one side. And we're just going to kind of work on creating a nice dimension on one side, right? Oh, I'm loving that. That's so pretty. I love that. You know what I think? So I'm going to take that embossing folder to Joni's today and play with that. It's so pretty. It's called Organic Linen by Altenew, and it is really quite subtle and pretty background. So I think that I'll fussy cut this and then just, oh, I'm so excited. I love when I get excited about a background. So I think I'm going to do that yellow ochre in the center of these flowers. That pink and yellow is such a nice combination, isn't it? I think that it's just, it's nice, they just play well together, don't they? Pink and yellow and green. And then let's come in with that Spanish orange. I just love that Spanish orange because it's just like the perfect little hint of orange. It just deepens that yellow perfectly. But I'm wondering now if the centers we should make dimensional with the Journey Glaze or whatever you have. If it's diamond glaze or glossy accents or, you know, it's all kind of the same stuff. I don't ever want somebody to feel like they have to buy the exact same thing as me. They just name them differently. Do you know what I mean? Save that money to buy something different. Okay, so I think that is totally popping those flowers. And then I have my trusty, there we go, Process Red and Hot Pink. You know I love those colors. So let's see if we can create a little depth with those. Yeah. And then just come in with just a little tiny bit at the very base of those petals. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Are we over an hour? Probably. You know what? Sometimes I just get myself lost in whatever. Yes, we're over by 9 minutes. Sorry, you guys. I just can't help myself. You know. So I will say thank you so much and have an amazing Tuesday. And then remember howdy for Friday, or excuse me, for Thursday. And then Thursday sometime I will post the like late Thursday night, maybe early Friday morning, I will post the new art printable that we'll play with on Friday. And then we're going to do, come on, we're going to have a party. How amazing is that going to be? I can hardly wait. I adore you all. Thank you for hanging with me and making art with me. It just means the world to me. It just means the world to me. And please create with the Teresa and let me know what you think. And what you show me what you create with it, because I know it's a little bit different than the other stuff that I do. So I would love to see how you how you create with it and what you how you see it through your eyes. For me, that's a magic. That is the magic. That's for sure. I adore you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you Thursday. Bye, girls.